All right, we're live on a couple different platforms. All right, so happy to answer your questions. I see some on TikTok already. Y'all are amazing here. If at the end of the day, look, I'm happy to answer your questions here. What we're gonna do something new is that I've noticed at least one attorney that she was actually trying out the live show first time, but I thought she did a great job of organizing it. And because y'all, I know you have limited time, y'all are very patient, but I know for me, I feel bad when I'm not able to answer a question, just because, especially on certain platforms, there's a lot more. So moving forward, other than today, please fill out the form. Go to my LINK. If you're on Facebook and YouTube, that LINK is going to be in the description below, description box, which I guess you can get to it after the show. So same thing for y'all on Instagram. Uh, what's it called? TikTok. It's in the LINK in the profile, in the bio, whatever y'all call it. All right. And so ultimately, of course, even when we answer your questions, or I do, not we, the let's see. All right, here we go. Here we go. That you may ultimately need a more in-depth strategy session. So of course, how it works is when you fill out the form, if it's like Wednesday, and we're gonna have that question ready for Thursday. Okay, we're gonna try 11:30 a.m. Central, and we're gonna try to coordinate this. I'll have a team member text you to let you know, like, hey, your question is gonna be ready to be answered today at 11:30. So of course, and so we can call you, but if you prefer to just join via the app, that's fine too. It's just sometimes easier on this particular app. All right, so let's see. I hope that will help y'all out. So at least y'all know, like, there'll be at least designated like 3 or 5 people that'll be able to answer the question. Because as more time progresses in this ridiculous project 2025, I just have less time to be able to go live, and I'm really trying to cut down on the time at night. Got to get some more proper sleep. And then questions about, like, I see Tony's question about tell me about F3 case. Like that's just not enough information. I know you're probably obviously asking about your own case. I need to know about priority date. So that's why the form on my link will be better, so you can provide more information. You're welcome, Alpha. Elf Laco Guzman. And you're welcome, Morningstar. Just want to be able to better streamline things, and especially because some people say, like, on especially this app right here that you tap, you're like, at least that's how I perceive it. Answer my question. I imagine y'all like holding a pitchfork, but I know you're not. I know you're not. All right. See, let's see. Next question. Let's see. Okay. Jaime Armas, should you vacate or 212H? I I can't. I wish I could answer that. I need a lot more information. And so that's the thing. I know that this app is great about, well, I guess any of these platforms are great. Or you just type in question, but like with immigration, it's a lot more complex. I need I would need to ask follow-up questions. So at least if you're on this app right here, you can click the little people icon. You could join live. I don't know how it's done on Instagram. And then for those on YouTube, the email is there scrolling as a banner below to email in for the link. Join. Someone asked about, can I get status in Micronesia? I have no idea. We only help inbound to America. So if you want to live in America with legal status, we're your team here at Green Card Guys. And we're based in Houston, Texas. All right, someone named UDDD. Your 45 moved from case actively review to case still processing. That doesn't sound any better, right? Look, I mean, if you're talking about, thank you, Tumo ZA, appreciate the follow. If you're talking about especially your online, your My USCIS account, where you type in your password, That is not accurate information, especially with the timing of things. Like sometimes some of y'all have come into live show and tell me, John, it says expect decision in 2 weeks, and then like next week or next day it shows expect decision in 18 months. You're like, what the hell? And you're probably thinking like, did I do something wrong? No, you didn't do anything wrong. It's USCIS, the Domino's Pizza Tracker. I'm not sponsored by Domino's, but if you work for corporate, let me know. Connect me. The Domino's Pizza Tracker is probably what you're thinking, what you're hoping that USCIS will provide accurate information. Like the pizza is ready, your decision issued. Actually, even before, like it's in the oven, right? The pizza's in the oven and expected to be. I think it even tells you expect when the oven, like how long it should be in the oven, right? Like you put something in the oven, you know, or you're supposed to know. You're supposed to know and has set it for a timer, right? And that's probably what you're expecting because that's literally what your My USCIS account says. Expect decision X time, but it's not accurate. So it's messing with y'all's mind. Just don't pay attention to it, okay? If you're gonna pay attention to any status in terms of timing, it's USCIS.gov, not your online account where you log in. Which even the online account. So I mean, so for you with that long username, I mean, that doesn't that doesn't mean positive or negative. Even with the text, aside from the number of months or weeks, the text is not that helpful. Okay, so it depends how long. When did you file your case? And I'm assuming it's a 485 case. That is probably one aside from Project 2025. The timing of processing cases is probably one of the most stressful things that we deal with and y'all deal with, right? Because if clients are concerned about, we're concerned about it. So it's always top of mind for every case. And so with our team at Green Card Guys, yes, we do have like screenshots of what each status could mean, but regardless, it doesn't mean anything bad. Like some clients, it still says like biometrics scheduled, like, and that was like a year ago. It's like, so it's not. You would think, I know it's like the public sector, government. It's not as um, you know accurate as you would think. The number one world superpower. You would think like we get it all together. No, and I think it's on purpose. Like, although that saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, it's not technically broken, I guess. It just doesn't work, I guess. The government doesn't care. Lloyd's 2009 on TikTok. Your friend is a citizen and divorced 4 years now. She wants to marry to her kid's father. Oh, so they wanna re-hook up? Interesting how that works in life. Well, I wish your friend all the best. That's interesting. I think I've heard of that before, but I mean that's possible. It's not a bad thing in terms of USCIS. You just have to be that friend needs to be ready for sharing the story. Like, oh, I see that because they're gonna see the prior divorce, right? So, share my live show or share my channel with your friend. I appreciate that. Annie, you like the Obama book? Yeah, I prefer the Audible. Prefer the Audible version. UDD, I literally just answered your question. Literally just answered it. So again, that's another reason to have it a little bit more formal, where I call you guys if you have a question, and y'all just gotta be ready, okay? Because you're not the only one where I answered the question and you repeated the question. So, all right, now to Instagram. Let's give Instagrammers some love. It seems to be working today. That's great. Masif, hope you're doing well. I'm doing good, thank you. How long does 751 take? It's been 8 months. You haven't heard anything. You only got a letter extended for 4 years. Yeah, that's for pretty much all you're gonna receive. Maybe biometrics. Let me check for another client. Let me check my system here in the meantime. Let's see. All right. Uh-huh. Yeah. All right, I'm just checking for 71 biometrics. Huh. I just checked a couple. I guess we don't. Um, and actually, it just makes more sense that they hold off on it. Okay, yeah, we have it for a client biometrics. So if you just might get it later than normal, and that's really fine. Biometrics appointment where it says ASC appointment notice. Um, Even if you didn't receive it within a month, I mean, yeah, you could call in and ask, but ultimately, because the 751 takes a hell of a long time, so I guess I should answer your first question first, is that they will likely take about 2 to 4 years. It has been traditional like that since the pandemic, unfortunately. And even before the pandemic, it did take a long time, like around 2 years. Now it just like got bumped more time, 2 to 4 years. All right, let's see here. You're welcome, Morningstar. Happy to help. Morningstar's question is: you waited 3.5 years, which, by the way, I'm going to try my best to like make it as private as possible. I know YouTube, it saves a recording afterwards, so I'm not going to like click on the person's question because I don't do that on TikTok anyway. So I'll just read out the question, okay? More for privacy reasons, because some of y'all just put your first and last name. Let's see. By the way, if you're new to a channel, you do not have to copy and paste your questions. I highly recommend you don't do that because you will be less likely to be answered. I go in the order that I receive them. Okay. So you see how this too much housekeeping information. I rather just honestly just change to the phone. So moving forward, starting tomorrow, because now I'm a little bit annoyed, honestly. So moving forward tomorrow, just starting tonight or after the live show, if I don't answer a question, it's because I just don't have time. So go ahead and ask the question in the form if I don't get to you, okay? Because starting tomorrow, that's how we'll do it. And we're going to call you. I will personally call you and we'll have some notes on which phone number to save. So please go to the LINK after the show to get your question answered. I want to be respectful of everyone's time. All right, Morningstar's question. You waited 3.5 years for USCIS to approve your 601A. It was approved January 2024. Okay, last year. It's been a year and a half for you. But MSC still hasn't scheduled you for an interview date. Your prior date is March 21, 2017. Well, I have a question. I want to make sure because some people miss the step. Maybe you've got it done. Some people do it before, even while the 601A is pending. Have you, Morningstar, have you received an email for the last year and a half that your case at NVC has been documentarily qualified? Some people do short for DQ, or in the email, I believe it actually says documentarily complete. Have you received that email? If you haven't, then that means most likely you have not uploaded certain documentation in the portal ceac.state.gov. Okay. That alone, and I hope, let me know. Let me see in the comments here. No email. Well, then, okay. Well, have you uploaded all those documents like your tax return, your pay stubs, the police certificate, aka the criminal clearance record? And even if there's no crimes, no arrests, you still need to upload that for the beneficiary. Have you done that part? You're welcome, Masif. Oh man, Christina, I'm kind of going out of order real quick. Christina Romero, yeah, don't travel. Mm-mm. If if anyone has a theft crime, I mean, I really appreciate that all y'all are vulnerable to even let me know this personal history of yours. I really appreciate that. Um, but if anyone allegedly has a theft crime, burglary, larceny, you need to first find my video, YouTube, TikTok, wherever. Find my video. I think it's easier to maybe find my video about the Lincoln Riley Act. Okay. I'll make sure to talk about it again. I probably did on YouTube when it was passed as a law. Yeah, you really got to be careful about that travel, especially abroad. uh, Before the live show, I watched a quick video about African American gentleman that got his window smashed by some city police officers in Florida, and thank God he had it. I think he had his camera. Like he knew, obviously the sirens are going, so he just puts his cameras to start recording. Um, yeah, he apparently did not have his headlights on. I need to look this up, and it was not raining or taillights. Headlights or taillights? He didn't have it on. I don't know. Does anyone know the Florida state law? Now I need to check for Texas. So that's what I'm saying. This is a good example of a, and I don't know, maybe he's not actually from America. I don't want to assume, but let's make, and you might have also seen the video about uh, the Indian lady at Target. Isn't that crazy? Just say a short phrase. That some of y'all probably have seen that video. So those kind of things. I mean, you just, if anyone's thinking to just do something ridiculous like that is a crime, please think at least 3 times in case the second time you had not really thought through it. Okay. Just in case. I know all y'all are good people. Good people. And whatever happened in the past, happened in the past. But at the end of the day, that past can come back and haunt you when it comes to USCIS or customs or whatnot. Okay, back to Morningstar. You upload everything. Your petitioner died right after you filed the waiver. Oh, okay. I wonder if that had anything to do with it then. Because typically the petitioner would be the one to receive that email. Okay. So that email that says document complete. I'm going back to Morningstar's question about the CEAC.state.gov portal and waiting for the visa interview. Holy smokes. And then what? So when I'm first of all, my condolences to your petitioner. Was your petitioner is it if it an F category, family preference? Yeah, please schedule a meeting because please schedule a meeting because yeah, we need to go into way more detail and asking questions and the rules be about when a family member passes away, especially if it's a spouse, is fairly restrictive. So let's make sure about that, okay? And I hope your foot feels better or you recover from your foot injury soon. Um, oh, so you've been unemployed. So yeah, I mean that Morningstar. I mean, a lot of y'all's questions would be better if you fill out the form and let me know if the link works. I hope so. I hope the link works. Click the link when you get a chance, and it's the first one at the very top of the link now to ask a question during live show because we can not just hear your voice, but obviously like I get some answers and ask you follow-up questions. Okay. Okay, I'm switching back and forth between different platforms. I got my fingers gotta do some exercise here. By the way, if you've been here for like 60 seconds, if you don't mind, consider clicking or putting your finger to the plus sign, subscribe, follow, and click the bell for future notifications so you know when I go live. My goal every day, unless I'm at court or in a meeting, I'll try my best to go live at 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Today I started about 12:10. Bamititi, 1979, plea. Your case is 45, still being reviewed by USCIS for the last 2 years. What can you do? Well, first, it depends on who your sponsor is. Is your sponsor a U.S. citizen or a resident? That is a determining factor. If your sponsor is a citizen and you've been waiting for at least 15 months for a 485 application or even I-130 only, then you need to consider filing a mandamus lawsuit for what we call unreasonable delay. a lot of y'all think like, oh, I'm such a patient person. USCIS is gonna get back to me. Look, I mess around and I hold up the magic wand and I just hope, I wish all the best for you. Okay? But look, the Mandamus lawsuit exists for a reason. It's very clear that the courts, the Congress know that delays happen. Even the staffers, the people that work for the congressional people, the elected officials, know that these cases take a long time. So I'm not saying that, hey, don't submit an inquiry to your congressperson, but really your expectations need to be real. And yes, they will email you back eventually, maybe around 30 days later, and at which is after they contact their the point of contact with whichever department your case is at, and most likely you get a response that says case still undergoing processing, which is basically the same crap that you've found on your USCIS online status. Okay, so why not just cut to the chase and file that mandamus lawsuit? And so if anyone has questions about that, the information, I have a complimentary guide. I'm pretty sure in every link that you'll see with all the other information. So that's complimentary. Go check it out. Oh, amazing. I'm getting more questions on Instagram. I guess it's finally working. Okay, so let me turn to Instagram here. Alejandra Gonco. If your I-130's priority date is April 30, 2001, okay, so you want to talk about 245I, you're not married to that person anymore. But your new partner could make the petition again under 245I or not because it's another petitioner. So actually, whoever the petitioner was originally in 2001 does not have to be the same petitioner for the future when you're eligible to move forward with the 245I law. So it technically can be a different petitioner, but that's the way I understand your question. But some people ask about like maybe your petitioner was your parent or something, and from a long time ago, and because the other question I was thinking is about in that situation it was if you were married to someone else. So, but I think the way I answered it the first time was what your situation. All right. So, all right, y'all. So if you're ever thinking, especially if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you ever think like, man, I've been spending like 5 to 10 minutes Google searching this. Look, y'all, it's right here. You just gotta tap in right here. So to do that, all you gotta do is follow, subscribe, click the bell for future notifications, and fill out the short form for the live show request. Okay, easy. Okay, of course you want me to show you receipts, the proof. I'll try my best to do that. That would probably need more time though in a separate video. Erwin, are you a client? And by the way, if you're thinking to join up with our services, it'd be our pleasure to assist you. Live show is actually probably the best way to speak to me directly. But of course, I have my own link to schedule a meeting if you want to speak one-on-one. Tina, oh, I was meant to hide that. Tina says, but look, John, won't they retaliate or just say you're denied if you file a lawsuit? No, because look, in a couple cases that end up being like visa refused or like the application was denied, it's visa refused was a political thing. I remember from the Chinese spy balloon. So we had a person get refused a visa for that. Then, even though that person had nothing to do with that situation, we had another one where for 485 case, the client, of course, I'm not revealing the client names, so I'm not disclosing client confidential information. But y'all need to know this. If you have an attorney or you consider hiring an attorney in the future, y'all need to tell your attorney the truth. 150% of the truth. Okay, I know some attorneys like, no, don't tell me anymore. No, we need to know the truth here at Green Card Guide. This is how we can help you. Okay? What can I say about that? I can share that that person did not reveal to me that they had a USCIS officer visit their place of where their residence. that information would have been helpful before, because even though we would help only with a mandamus lawsuit at the time, I would have advised the client to say, or to advise, by the way, if that's what happened and one of you were not there, then you're likely going to receive a request for evidence or maybe a notice of intent to deny. So what that means is get your documents, your evidence ready, because when that time comes, especially with a notice of intent to deny, you only have 30 days to reply. So, for the love of God, tell your attorney the truth. Don't hide any fact, please. That's technically lying, by the way. Withholding the truth is technically lying. We cannot represent someone the way we want to if clients lie. Okay. All right. Off my soapbox. But no, Tina, they don't retaliate. They don't got time for that. They got enough to deal with. Ernway Jr., you were searching to figure that out. Figure what out? Help you with a FOIA question? I think a couple of people want to join live on Instagram. Let's see if this works. But let me answer Erwin's question if I can. One of my people answered you at WhatsApp and give you this info for free about how to find this info about overstay. Oh, you're welcome. I don't know what that is, but I don't know what they share with you. What's the best website to find a work visa sponsor? I don't know. I think you know what? Let me find out. I know there was someone on my LinkedIn connection shared actually shared some websites, if I recall. She had like 4 websites to find a job as if you need status, who are willing to sponsor. But at the end of the day, Aaron Way Jr., it depends on your experience, what you're trying to do as well. Liz does biz. When is a good time to switch employer? I recommend scheduling a time for that question, because it's that's interesting. I mean, I don't know if we could answer that for you, but it depends on timing, really. Yeah. So yeah, schedule a meeting, okay, for that one. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate that, y'all. Okay. Let me scroll back on YouTube as well. Lloyd Ramp on Facebook. You were watching from the Philippines. Welcome. Your grandma, she was born in Hawaii, 1909. Wow. Is there a possible way that she is an American citizen? Yeah, well, when did Hawaii become a state? That's the first question. Can I Google search this? Because I don't know that. 1959? Is that right? August 21st, 1959. But there's got to be something that, I don't know how you say, like, allows whoever was residing there in Hawaii to become a U.S. citizen. But I don't know. I don't know that law, actually. Can you schedule a meeting, Lloyd Ramp? No, I'm interested. I just wish I had all the time in the world to research. Maybe that's what I really want to do. Because there's probably a lot of different ways to end this to. So let's get on the ball with that, okay? Please schedule a meeting. African Impress, you have been waiting for your receipt notice for your VAWA app. Was sent SIM. I don't know what SIM means. Like recently? Is that what you mean? So unfortunately, the delay, there's always traditionally, unfortunately, an expected delay to receive the receipt notice for VAWA applications. Like, it doesn't even matter which service center it's going to be located. It's traditionally always been slow. So if it gets past 2 months, then definitely try to submit an inquiry. Well, you can't submit an inquiry because you would need the receipt number. So try to call in, okay? And there's also, I don't know if this email is allowed to be shared with everyone, but there's an email like that's related to VAWA, T, and U visa to email in to verify. Maybe it's just a mailroom situation. Hi, Tess. You're a morning star. Okay, great. So I do see. Okay, let me try this. Siska Canardi. Let's get you on. Let's see if this works. I haven't done this in a while on Instagram. In the meantime, let me answer the next question. Hello, Siska. Siska, you have a question? Thanks, UK. I really appreciate that. Siska, looks like Siska's internet is processing. Oh, not yet. Okay, do you know how to take yourself out then? That was always been my issue on Instagram. Dang it. Okay, then let me get Morningstar on. Let's see if that works. Will it show like more than 2 people at the same time? I'm trying to figure out the social media thing. Hello, Morningstar. Did you mean to join?
Hi, I'm sorry. I had no idea how this works.
That's okay. Do you want to go ahead and ask questions since you're on anyway?
Is that possible? Hi, how you doing?
Hello.
Another question?
Yeah. Let me see. Okay. Did you hear my answers from earlier? I think so.
Yes, I did. It's just to be honest, I don't know what to do, and I have my case is being handled by this non-profit here in Brooklyn and in New York, by the way.
Okay.
And I don't think they know what to do, to be honest. With my case, my husband died in 2020, right before we filed the waiver. The waiver was filed in July, and he passed away in 2020. I'm gonna try to be as quick as possible.
Okay, no problem. 2020. Okay.
So they say he said that he transferred this information to NBC to let them know that he passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And according to him, the case automatically became a widow case.
Widower. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a widower case.
Mm-hmm.
And we submitted pretty much like all the information that we have. But they haven't really scheduled an interview day, and I don't know what else to do, to be honest. Would it be possible to give you my case number so you can take a look, if you don't mind?
Can you schedule a meeting and my team and I can look at it?
Okay, but don't forget, I've been following you for a while.
Oh yeah.
And you seem very knowledgeable. Like I sent you I think on YouTube. I posted a while back.
Oh, okay.
Regarding the waiver, because I've been waiting like 3.5 years for that waiver, and I was finally approved. And I figured like, okay, finally we're gonna move on to the next step, and nothing has happened. So
okay.
I don't know what to do, to be honest.
Can you email me the case number or any document you want us to review? Okay. What I try to do like once a week is for people in a difficult situation like this, like you said, like I think you mentioned unemployed. We're happy to help where we can. Okay, is at least to just see if it's on track. But it sounds like you've been waiting quite a while, so maybe it might not be on track. So, but yeah, you are correct. It should be converted, changed to a widower type application. And you're in Brooklyn, so some people ask me this kind of question, and they've been living apart from their spouse. But at the time that your spouse passed away, you were living together, right? So
yeah, we were living together. Yeah. We have a daughter, and now she was 5 at the time that he died. And I was thinking that things were going to speed up a little bit, but unfortunately, that hasn't been the case. I feel like I'm stuck, to be honest. I don't know what to do.
So yeah, if you can email me, and I don't know if do you have a pen available? You can write down my email.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
No idea how much this means to me.
Yeah, I try my best to do things rapid fire to record a video, but video production is kind of slow on my end. But yeah,
Okay.
are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, it's we care, WECARE at greencardguys.com. GREENCARDGUYS.com.
Okay, so it's we care
At
green card.
Yes, greencardguys.com. Okay. So I try my best to record a video, share my screen if possible. And so if you don't mind, give me a couple days. I have court on Thursday, so Friday. Yeah, Friday. Okay. But yeah, at least the one good thing is that you were living together with your spouse before he passed. So that's one of the requirements for this. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I will send you the email and I will try to give you all the details because it's a lot. To be honest, it's a lot of information.
Absolutely.
And
yeah.
Yeah, it's just too many things to process. But I will try to be as detailed as possible.
Sure.
To tell you. And I will send you
sure.
the case number so you might be able to take a look.
Wonderful. All right. Well, Maria or Morningstar has been granted the first free consult review this week. All right. Congrats, Maria. Okay. Look forward to the email. I'll let my team know to expect it. Okay. Bye-bye. You're welcome. Bye. Okay. I don't know how to end this. Oh, there you go. There you go. Bye.
Bye.
Ah, wow, I figured it out. It's the three little dots. It's always the three little dots. Okay, I was just writing down. Okay, let's see. By the way, if you're on TikTok, if you don't mind, apparently there's been a couple videos that surfaced that said that this particular app with a TT is going away next March. So if you don't mind, go take a moment today to go to my YouTube channel. It's very easy. Green Card Guys TV, I think. And on Instagram is Green Card Guys. So I try to keep it simple. And let me know what you think about the new name. We rebranded last year. It used to be Ting Law Group. Someone on my team Google searched and looked on Reddit, and someone it's kind of funny. Someone said, "Oh, Green Card Guys makes it is like a fictitious name or something. It makes it seem silly." Which, I don't know. I thought that was interesting feedback. It's not really helpful feedback. But only one person has said that. Tumbleweeds, thanks so much for looking that up. Yeah, I thought that was really interesting, especially with the timing, right? Okay, the person born in 1909 is American citizen. I guess after 1909. That's an interesting year that they just probably randomly selected. If you just joined, welcome. If you think if your case is pending with USCIS, put the letter P in the comments. P for pending or processing. But let's take it a next step. If you think your case is delayed, like just something in your gut, like y'all gotta trust your gut. You have a hunch that something's happening. It seems, at least for me, as an attorney, when I have a hunch, I go with it and I research it. I don't go in a rabbit hole, okay? Not like YouTube rabbit hole or TikTok rabbit hole, but I would research it, investigate, okay? So especially if you think your case is delayed, if you think something like Maria Morningstar was asking me, if she's wondering if the case is on track, okay? There's no website that says like, oh, your case is on track. I wish it was that simple. But sometimes, more often than not, when people ask me that kind of question, it's not on track. But fingers crossed for you guys, okay? Magic wand time. Let's see. Okay, going back to Crystal on TikTok. Your case is taking longer than previously estimated, but it's still within normal processing times. Can you email them or not? No, they have got rid since the first term of Obama. They got rid of the direct email to the field office. Does not exist anymore. I wonder if I should do a test email for. You know what? I think I'll do a test email and see if it still exists, still works, or it bounces back. Maybe I should just do a test email from a personal email that says "I love lava lamp" or something silly, and just see if that works. Tell me the movie that phrase comes from. I think that was a phrase. Okay. Um, going back up on YouTube. So by the way, if I suggest to y'all, I don't suggest to everyone. I mean, anyone's welcome to schedule a meeting. Okay. Best way to do that, you can see the phone number here, or you can go to the bio. Here's the different types of meetings. Okay. Really want to guide you the best we can. But of course, if you want to meet directly with attorney, that is the second box with a paid strategy session. But otherwise, our attorneys and myself, we just rotate. If you schedule the pre-qualified meeting, our attorneys do review the information. But we just can't go to every single meeting. We don't unfortunately have time. Our quality control process is important. Okay. Paper on TikTok. SCOTUS decision. BR citizen. Birthrights. Oh yeah, BR. Birthright citizenship. Could past EO that were just down? You mean, what do you mean passed by red states be able to go into blue states? So executive orders. I don't know if this answers your question, but I guess moving forward, it's not just about blue or red states. I mean, it's more about it needs to be a class action. Okay. So the last person about this district judge, I forgot which, was it New Hampshire or something? But birthright citizenship, he or she, I think she, had certified the class. The reason why most attorneys are, I don't want to say hesitant, but are concerned about filing as class action, well, now we're forced to do that, is because it's not always certified for everyone that's going to be included for it. So, anyways, but yeah, I mean, whoever would be affected. So it's not, I don't anticipate to be necessarily red state or blue state, because whoever's affected by it could be living in a red state like me. I live in Texas, right? So, I got citizenship because I was born here, right? So, I mean, I think I would be affected. Not sure if that answers the question. Let's see. Thank you so much for your questions. I realize it's 101. So I have a team meeting. I have a department meeting. I really try my best to answer a lot of the questions. Let me answer one more. Okay, I see a question. Addy tries coding on YouTube. Do you need to update your AR11 for U visa? Well, just any case that you have, you need to update your address. Absolutely, you need to update your address. Okay, it is against the law if you don't update your address. Look, the Trump administration is trying to get to penalize people at every single. I don't want to call it minor, but just laws that weren't enforced before. Okay, so if you move, and it just makes sense, especially if you have a pending case like a U visa that takes a long time. Update your address, because if you don't, I mean, even if you have an attorney, you cannot depend on an attorney, because even for us, it's difficult when we move offices. When I moved from Dallas to Houston, it was such it was a PITA. Okay, yeah, that's right. That's the right acronym. It was a PITA. So And by the way, if you move and you have an attorney, for the love of God, tell your attorney by email. Like, just don't waste time in calling up. And we appreciate phone calls, but we just get a lot of calls. Email your attorney because we just don't want to get the address incorrect. And tell your attorney, email the attorney, law firm, before you move. Because y'all know when you're gonna move. So just say starting, August 1st, 2025, I'm going to be at this address permanently. Okay. Just please let us know. Our SOP, our standard operating procedure, when a client lets us know, we go ahead and update the address because you either signed a mortgage to a house or you signed a new lease. So it's not like it's all of a sudden, usually, unless someone kicked you out of the house, and that's a different situation. Okay. So, all right, y'all. And AJ's question, that's a bit more complex. You were issued a visa this month. It expires November. You're going to Thailand. Stay a month. Yeah, just follow. Just comply with the visa. I just don't. You don't want to. I get it that some of y'all have travel bugs. I'm a little jelly myself. Y'all get the travel, but like, just comply with the visa. Um, Or are you allowed to travel outside, like to another country before it expires? As long as whatever you do, what you do, as long as you're able to get to America before the visa expires. Okay, so I hope that helps. Does getting arrested take you to removal proceedings? Yeah, it can for a lot of jurisdictions, for county jurisdictions. If you've seen attorneys talk about is it 287G? It's an agreement between ICE and county officials or police departments. Yeah, you get arrested, you're gonna eventually have an ICE hold. That's what we refer to it as for a long time, ICE hold. Okay, so and you would know that. We know that when a client tells us this, um, and we check the county website, whatnot, or city jail website, and it says ICE hold. Sometimes it doesn't, but even if it doesn't, you should expect that you will be transferred to immigration. So that's why ICE specifically. So that's why actually, like someone, even if I don't want to call it simple anymore, because it really is a significant law, DWI or DUI. I think a lot of people downplay it. Like, look, rest in peace for all those of if you have family members who have been or friends have been killed because of DWI or DUI. So no one should take it for like nonchalant or treat as nonchalant. DWI and DUIs are a serious crime. And unfortunately, for a lot of immigrants who have DWI, DUI, Congress also has taken it seriously. So please, for the love of God, with technology these days, even if your old college buddies say, hey man, let's get a drink, either F no more, I'm sorry, no more of those days for me, or because some of y'all gotta say no more often. I've had to say no more often myself. Um, or just know, especially if it's like a college buddy or a type of coworker that tends to drink more than usual, just take Uber, Lyft, or a private car, a DD, and use that same app to come back home. Okay, it's just not worth it, man. It's not worth it, y'all. Even aside from all these new laws. Okay, I was supposed to hop off. Okay, so Chance asked on YouTube, you read was there a question? How much is consult with me? Oh, let me show you. It's the one that says John. I know it's tiny. I don't know why my team member put it so tiny. Okay, it's the one on the right side that starts with number 2 and a 3 right there. So if you're in Houston, you want to visit the office, it's a little higher. If not, then it's the one that starts with a 2. Okay. You're welcome, AJ. Let's see here. You recently sued the government for bonafide determination based on your U visa application. The government is going to drop your case. Can you sue again with attorney and not pro se? So you probably used because some of us attorneys on a litigation group were familiar with this organization, pro se something, and there are some attorneys that are like, oh, that organizations shouldn't exist because it's affecting some cases like yours. You got case dismissed. I know it. I'm familiar with that organization to where I know it has helped others. But yeah, I mean, anyway, I'm on my little soapbox again. So let's put it this way. Y'all know this. More information. I love to share information. So more knowledge is power, right? So, but for you, chance number 2, oh, that's kind of fitting right now. Yeah, I mean, you could sue them again, but I don't know what the problem is with the case. For example, I mean, you schedule a meeting for this, but maybe you didn't wait as long as others. Maybe, well, like, what reason did the U.S. attorney provide you? And that's the thing. Like, U.S. attorneys are collegial with me. Maybe part of it is obviously my personality, how I'm respectful to them, but also at the same time is that I know what I'm doing, right? If you file pro se, I mean, I don't know what they give you. Maybe some best practices, maybe the lawsuit paperwork, but like I don't know. I just like U.S. attorney. If a U.S. attorney trying to get back to you, even if a U.S. attorney says we're going to file a motion to dismiss, there are some situations we fight back verbally and on paper, but sometimes you can't. So, anyways, chance number 2, schedule a meeting with us. Okay, it'll be our pleasure to take a look at that. Let's see. Is green card generally delayed? If you mean especially for people who are abroad outside the U.S., it has been happening to some people. We began that kind of comment on a live show, and also we have a couple clients in that situation. It's a very frustrating process. But yeah, I guess you could say at this point in 2025 is generally delayed. It's frustrating for sure. Oh, TikTok makes me do this puzzle thing to make sure I'm still awake here. But you mean marriage based? Well, it could be marriage based for either or. Do you mean even for consular processing? Do you mean like adjustment of status? Adjustment of status is generally not delayed. Our clients usually get that within a week. Could be 2 weeks. All right, we got someone named Navi. Look at someone on TikTok here named Navi. Hello, Navi. What's going on?
Hey, sir. I speak to you before about my case. When I asked you that enter without inspection, married to U.S. citizen, file I-130, approved, then administration closure, the asylum case, then file 601A waiver, which is also approved.
Yes. Okay, great.
Then the case went to NMC. Now I'm in documentary qualified for 8 months now in Mumbai, India. So now my attorney filed for termination, the case termination. When we filed a termination, we got a court date after like 2 weeks. So we went to the termination. Judge did terminate my case, but he did voluntary departure. And he gives me 4 months to leave the country for my interview, but the interview still not came yet. So my attorney says, "You're lucky if you come, then you have to leave the country. You have 4 months." So according to, is I'm on a right track?
What do you mean right track? Like you've done all the steps you could. Doesn't sound like there's anything to do left.
Yeah, it's something like all the judges do. They just don't dismiss and let you wait here. All the judges give you like voluntary departure. Like why can't I wait here? Like why I have to leave the country?
Oh man, that's not that you're gonna piss off the MAGA people with that kind of question, to be honest. I mean, your order removed. I mean, you have a little bit. There's 2 types of orders. Okay, let me try to make it as simplified as possible. To be honest, a lot of people would be annoyed with that question. Okay. I mean, I don't know. You could rent time. That doesn't exist in America, right? But you have to understand the laws. Like, I'm an immigration attorney. I'm a Democrat, but like laws are laws, right? So that's why it's bundled up to this accumulation of so many millions of people undocumented with some with order removal or voluntary departure. You just have to know the context. So that's what I'm sharing real quick of why you can't just stay here longer. Because it's gotten to that boiling point with MAGA platform has gotten to this point, right? So we just can't change their mind. They are who they are, right? So and Trump has taken advantage of that. His people understand that. So
Okay.
you have two types of orders because some people understand at the time, and I hope you're not blaming your attorney. Doesn't sound like it, but sometimes we get these kind of meetings. People ask me, did my attorney do it correctly? I think so. Okay. Number for you, because if you get an order of removal and not that voluntary departure, then technically ICE has to do this next step of executing that order. And executing meaning doing what they're doing now, right? Obviously, a lot of people are being picked up and arrested, detained when they should not be. But when you have an order removal, ICE has that discretion to pick people up. So for you, a voluntary departure gives you a maximum time of 120 days. Some people,
Yes.
criminal history, might get 30 days, right? So I'm assuming you have clean record. You're going to have to tell me, but so that's great. But it's not giving you even more extension. So the law is up to 120 days. Your attorney asked for it, and the judge granted it for you.
So since I don't have an interview yet, I have 4 months to live. What is India like taking to schedule the interview? It's been 8 months, so I have 4 more months.
Yeah,
That's
no, I don't know.
altogether a year.
I mean, I track processing times, but from the information the government gives, but they don't provide it for immediate relative, if that's your category.
Yeah. So do you think should I contact with the congressman to my state or file an inquiry with NVC?
Do you think they really care for something like this? Out of all the problems in America, do you think that they care about this? I'm not saying don't try, but just realistically, do you think they would do something?
I see a couple people did the inquiry. They got lucky. They
With
did
what?
get an interview.
With what? An interview? And after waiting how much time? I'm just curious because I don't have.
So that's the problem. Like, this is what pissed me off. Like, I've been waiting for 8 months, but same category in India, the other people, some gets in 5 months.
Yeah.
Like literally, like people some gets in 7 months, and I'm the one who waiting for 8 months. I didn't get it yet.
Yeah, it's frustrating. Some people are waiting more than a year. Yeah. So it's frustrating for you, a lot of people. So it's just, I'm not saying don't try to submit an inquiry, but the best thing to do is probably submit inquiry to NVC directly.
Try. Okay.
Not I mean, you could try your notary. I mean, you can try your elected official. But the thing about elected officials, y'all have to understand this. Yeah, their website might have a little box or something you can submit it, but what does it elect the staffer? It's a staffer, by the way. It's not the elected official. And I've even heard people who campaigned for a certain person. It's not like the elected official is going to have the time to do something for you, right? It's a staffer. So what the staffer does, they just send an email to like whoever the point of contact for USCIS or NVC, and so you're going to have probably better traction emailing the embassy directly or NVC. Okay.
And you think I can explain them like I have a removal order and judge gives me 4 months to leave the country?
I mean, you can, but look, you're like they're not going to care.
They're not going to care.
No.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, just I'm not saying don't try, but just be realistic with the response. Okay.
Yeah,
so you don't get frustrated, right?
Thank you.
All right. Good luck, Navi. Take care. All right. So if y'all heard that, even though this person has an attorney, I just saved them 3 digits. Okay. This is which is coming out of my mouth is experience. Okay. I'm not here to say what you want to hear. Okay. I'm here to give you the real deal. So if you appreciate this channel for that, go ahead and follow and click the bell for future notifications so you know when I go live. And just a quick thing here, because I was supposed to sign off a bit ago, is that we're doing it a new way to answer questions. If you can go to my LNK, because you might not be available tomorrow to join a live show. Maybe you're available on a Friday or next week. All good. We're gonna call you. Okay, we're gonna call you. Of course, if you don't want to be called and you just prefer to hop in here, that's fine. But we're gonna prioritize people who fill out the form, because I know many of y'all are been waiting on a live show for a while, wanting your question answered. So, we're not gonna do that. I'm not gonna at this time. I'm not gonna do that thing of like, oh, pay this amount or this amount to be like a super fan or whatever you call that. I'm not gonna do that. Okay. So the way we're gonna prioritize is moving forward. The questions is through a short form. Okay, if you don't mind doing that. It should be the first option after you click the LINK. Nendo Karis, sorry if I mispronounced your name. Your husband got an interview letter to attend at USCIS for your kids in, well, it's not USCIS if it's for your kids in Kenya. You got a green card in 2023. What can we expect? I don't think I fully understand your situation. I do know there's an interview, but you're saying that it's F4, F2A category because you sponsored him? Okay, got it. Thanks for that context. So your question is just more what to expect to interview. That's a long answer. Okay, Andre, sounds good. Old channel was hacked. You say 1G already. You're welcome. Yeah, let's keep tabs on that. Let's keep tabs. If I was able to help you multiple times, let me know when you join a live show how much you've saved. That actually, if I think about it, the amount of times we contact clients and provide, those meetings, that's probably more than what we actually charge. Karis on Instagram, it is in Kenya, I-130. So I'm not able to, there's just the fact that you told me that, like, there's probably more questions you have than just like what to expect to interview. So maybe. Let's see. 30K. Oh yeah. That's too much. That's too much. Old channel was hacked. Let's see. User 1213, you were on the live yesterday. Aunt Uncle from China with lost replacement GC. Okay, yeah. What did you end up doing? You want to join live, or you just want to text message in? And then I think was there another question on YouTube and Facebook? Let's see. Pierre, if you're still on, if you had K1, what do you mean if? Like, I just have to safely assume you entered with K1 fiance visa. Can you apply for unlawful presence? Apply for a waiver? What happened here, Pierre? Did you not get married to that person? So again, this is a good example of like, just this is why we got to do it the new way starting tomorrow. So please, if you have a question I was not able to answer, go ahead and fill out that short form on my LNK. If for some reason that doesn't work, please email in the question. Okay. All right. And then expect us to give you a phone call tomorrow. I think I should be able to go live tomorrow. Okay. All right, y'all. I really appreciate it. Y'all have a wonderful day, because I need to go to my regular job. Take care. Peace. Yeah, I don't know if there was a notary speaking, but I try to consider that. Have a great day.